Hello everybody, this is Stonewall, and today we're looking at all the ways we can progress through the tiers in the black market. So, I'm right here at tier 9. I haven't gotten my daily tier skip for today yet. But I thought I would go through here and, well, look at how we progress in tiers. So, the main way is just purely based on time played. So, and this is always in match time, so it doesn't count menu time or anything like that in between matches. So, the easiest tip I can give is play modes where you have the most game time for the amount of menu time, or for the amount of time you spend in the menus. Now, normally this would be zombies, but zombies does not count towards this type of progression. So that one doesn't really count, but I'll get back over to zombies here in a little bit. The next, of course, is the daily tier skips. Now, this is generally one tier skip, and it's for getting a victory in a match that day. They always reset, I think, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Just right after lunchtime is whenever that rolls over. Now, again, one of the easiest ways to do that, if you're pretty confident in your abilities, is something like One in the Chamber, Gun Game, Free for All, that sort of thing, where all you have to do is get in the top 3 for it to count as a win. And that will get you your tier skip. One in the Chamber is probably the fastest one. Excuse me. One in the Chamber is probably the fastest one if you don't have a lot of time to play and you just want to jump in, get your tier skip, and move on to something else. Because it's a very short mode and really easy to get that skip. Next up, we have zombies. Let me go over there real quick. Alright, so in zombies, you get a daily tier skip for reaching round 15 in a classic mode, which is pretty easily done, not too difficult, doesn't take a ton of time, but of course it's much faster to get the tier skip in multiplayer. Now there is a second tier skip that you can earn every day, and that's in here in the daily calling. Now, in my opinion, this is more for zombies players than people who really want to progress through the tiers. And this is because playing zombies itself doesn't progress through the tiers, and the amount of time it takes to complete these daily callings is more than enough to earn a tier or more. Sometimes you could probably earn 2 tiers by the time you complete this daily calling, so it's not really that worth it if you're focused on going up through the tiers and you don't normally play zombies. This is not something that I'd recommend doing with the intention of moving through the tiers in the Contraband stream. But it is definitely helpful for those zombies players out there who still want to make progress on the tiers. But this, of course, limits you to only 2 tiers per day without playing multiplayer or blackout. Now, of course, it's been pretty widely known for a while that blackout is one of the best modes to progress tiers, because of how long each match generally lasts, as long as you stay alive for long enough, compared to the amount of time you spend in the menus in between matches. So Blackout is probably one of the best bets for that, if you enjoy that mode. I've been getting back into Blackout a little bit more. I probably still enjoy multiplayer a little bit better, but that's mainly because I'm better at multiplayer than Blackout. I've been playing a little bit more Battle Royale type games, so maybe we'll be posting some Blackout at some point in the near future, especially with the Hot Pursuit, the new mode here. Alright? Now, there's one other way you can get tier skips, but I don't count this as a really reliable way. I look at it as kind of a bonus, and that is the Call of Duty app. So if you complete challenges every week, basically every 4 weeks you can get tier skips. So part of the reason I'm up at tier 9 without a whole lot of playtime is I got 2 tier skips from completing a challenge in the app. This sets you up with a squad of up to 20 other players, and I think the one that I have active right now is 4,500 kills in multiplayer and blackout. which means it doesn't really matter what mode you play. Some of them are mode specific, some of them get specific to where it's got to be headshots in domination or wins and kill confirmed, something like that. But basically every 4 weeks you can get tier skips, which doesn't add up to much over time, but I thought I'd throw that out there as another option. So the biggest thing, of course, with all of this is play consistently, and again, if you don't have a lot of time to play, just try to go for that tier skip, whether it's jumping in a one in the chamber real quick and making top 3, or if it's jumping in a TDM or something like that, if you're not as comfortable with being solo and you want to work with a team. So anyways, the other thing is the reserve cases. This is purely based on playtime. I don't think tier skips apply to these at all until you get past tier 100 in the contraband stream. So once you get to 100, which is the Switchblade X9, then it switches over to reserves, and at that point the tier skips will give you a reserve, but not the reserve cases that are found here. Alright, it's going to be the equivalent, but you'll still be earning these on top of that. Alright, so anyways, I wanted to kind of cover some of this. I had talked to a friend and we were kind of discussing the tier skips in zombies and whether they're really effective or not. Now, I will say it could be more effective if you double up and get your daily tier skip in zombies. But again, you're not making progress based on time at that point. So anyways, hopefully that'll help you. Hopefully that'll clear up a few things that, in all honesty, unless you play zombies, it's not really worth it to go for those. So anyways, this is Stonewall signing off, and I'll see you in another video.